two original members of Dwight's gang finally made a comeback in Tulsa King Season 3 after being sidelined for multiple episodes. The cast of Tulsa King has grown and changed a bit over the years. After the ending of Tulsa King Season 2, for example, characters like Jackie Ming and Jimmy the Creek were dead, while others like Tina Manfredi and Stacy Beale left the show for other reasons. Not all the characters who have faded from the main cast of Tulsa King have stayed gone, however. In fact, Tulsa King Season 3, Episode 6 brought two of the original members of Dwight's gang back and actually gave them something to do for the first time this season. That moment also highlighted one of the reasons Tulsa King Season 3 feels more focused than previous seasons have. Fred and Clint finally reappeared in Tulsa King Season 3, Episode 6. Two of the original members of Dwight's gang, Fred and Clint, finally had something to do in Tulsa King Season 3, Episode 6. Fred and Clint both worked at the Higher Plane Weed Dispensary with Body in Tulsa King Season 1, and they actually got bigger roles in Dwight's gang in Season 2, appearing in every single episode. Despite that bigger role, they've both been sidelined in Season 3. Fred and Clint were both briefly featured in the premiere of Tulsa King Season 3, working at the car dealership, and in Episode 5 as attendees at the bourbon reveal party. In Episode 6, however, they actually got something to do. Fred provided cars for the rest of the gang to smuggle the liquor over state lines, and they both helped raid the distillery after it was shut down. Clint and Fred did have an admittedly small role in Tulsa King Season 3, Episode 6, but it's more than they've gotten all season. It's also the first time the show has remembered to use two characters it was starting to focus on more heavily in Season 2. They both played a fairly major role in running the even higher plane with Body, but now they've been relegated to the off-screen role of the car dealership. Fred and Clint taking a back seat is good for Tulsa King. Brian Douglas a Paramount Plus. While it is disappointing that side characters like Fred and Clint went forgotten, sidelining them is the best choice Tulsa King could have made. By letting Clint and Fred disappear from the limelight, Tulsa King now has more time to develop other characters, like Mitch, Body, and Grace. If it had to update us on Fred and Clint at the car dealership, there likely wouldn't be enough time for Body's revenge mission, for example. Having a greater focus on a smaller number of side characters has also benefited Tulsa King Season 3. Mitch and Body in particular feel more dynamic and empathetic this season than they ever have in the past. Mitch has his romance with Cleo Montague and isn't just a source of wisdom for Dwight. Body has a friendship with Grace and a developing desire to avenge Jimmy the Creek instead of just being comedic relief, but Tulsa King also isn't really losing out on much by not featuring Fred and Clint. Though they were founding members of Dwight's gang, they were easily the least interesting members. Some of that is absolutely due to their lack of screen time, but they also just never had many distinguishing characteristics. They were both just stoners who tagged along for the ride, while other members are more three-dimensional characters.